Okay, good afternoon. Today is the 10th of September 2022, and today we'll be discussing this ACS 2022 prelim paper, section B. So as you know, this is a classification chart. So give a suitable heading for group Z. So group Z, as you can see, is here. There are plants, animals, Z, and microorganism. So if you have record your primary 3 science, the suitable heading for group Z will be fungi. So it's very straightforward. So the answer is fungi. Next, explain why ferns cannot be placed in group Z. Okay, as you know, ferns, they are non-flowering plants, and because ferns as a non-flowering plant, it can also make food. So for this question, you have to explain why fern cannot be placed in group Z. So if you just say ferns are non-flowering plant, you will not get a full marks. You must mention that ferns is a non-flowering plant and can photosynthesize, but fungi cannot. Okay, but fungi can't. But fungi cannot. Can photosynthesize. Okay. So this is answer for this part. And earlier that is fungi. Let me enlarge it. Okay, next, a piece of bread with some bread mold was growing on it and it was kept in the dark for a few days. So you notice here the bread mold is being formed, and this is the vertical axis. Area covered by the mold is in cm square. So in order to answer these questions, you must describe how the area covered by the mold changes over time. So you notice I put down this hint here. So you must mention the 1st to 5th day and the 5th to the 14th day. So this will give you the complete answer. So you should say from day 1 to day 5 what happened, and from day 5 to day 14. So in order to get the full 1 mark answer, this should be the answers that you should give. Okay. From day 1 to day 5, the area covered by the mold increases. From day 5 to day 14, the area covered by the mold remain the same. Okay. Okay, next question, what is photosynthesis? So I put the hint here. So you must say that photosynthesis is the process in which plants make food using carbon dioxide, light, and water to produce sugar and oxygen. So you must mention it is a process. So this is the answers that you should put. It is a process in which plants make food using carbon dioxide and water to produce sugar and oxygen in the presence of light. Okay, so this thing must be mentioned. So these 3 things I put in green color, make it bigger. Okay, so you notice this is the photosynthesis. Okay, next. Okay, for those who just came in, I just scroll back for you to catch up a little bit. So the answer for the first part is A is fungi. B, you must mention that a fern is a non-flowering plant, okay, and can photosynthesize, but fungi cannot. Okay, so I will do a screenshot of this for those who need to have the answer later. And then let's go on to this question. Okay, so this is the part you have to describe. Okay, next, the dotted arrow in the diagram shows a movement of water in a plant. In the same diagram, using this, draw the movement of food in this plant using the arrows. So for this question, it's very simple. So you just draw from because leaves make food, right? So you go to the stem, and stem acts as a transport system to send the food to the roots. So you should draw these 2 arrows. Okay, next, Explain why a plant would eventually die if the roots of the plant are removed. So as you know, the function of the roots, right, mainly is to absorb water and minerals. So you should say that the plant is not able to absorb water when the roots are removed, therefore it cannot carry out photosynthesis. Okay, so this will be the answer. The plant is not able to absorb water when the roots are removed to carry out photosynthesis. So I want to draw your attention to this question, because if you notice, usually such questions, they are really helping you in the beginning. If you notice here, they ask you what is photosynthesis, right? So if you have answered the questions correctly, this part is actually helping you to answer part C. The examiner is actually testing you or testing the candidates that during photosynthesis, water is needed, which is mentioned here. Okay, so you take note of this. So this question 30, part A actually helps you to answer part C. Okay, so take note, this question is from this year 2022 ACS Anglo-Chinese School paper prelim. Okay, so this is question 30. We'll move to question 31. Okay, this question you do take note, because this question was being removed in the last 2 years PSLE under the topic of animals adaptations. So this is the skull of animal E. Based on the structure of the jaw and teeth, identify if animal E, whether it's a plant or animal, or plant or an animal eater. So in other words, they're asking you whether it's a herbivore, a carnivore, or an omnivore. Okay, so by looking at this structure, you can see this is a very sharp canine teeth, and in fact, the middle section are all sharp teeth. Even the end here, these are sharp teeth. So this is definitely a carnivore. So you should say this is an animal eater, and you got to explain why. So you say that it has strong jaws and sharp teeth to tear the flesh or meat of its prey. Okay, so do take note of this. I'll put the answer here. So you say that this is an animal eater. It has strong jaw and sharp teeth to tear the flesh of its prey. Okay, I share with you some. Okay, as you see here, this is the photograph of the skull of a cow. So notice all the teeth, right, are flat. Okay, they don't have any sharp teeth. So these teeth are used for grinding. So this is a herbivore. Okay, herbivore is a plant eater. Okay, let's see an omnivore. So as you know, omnivore are like example of a bear. A bear is an omnivore. So you see the skull of a bear. So you can use this internet skills as I coach you to develop some ideas on how to search on the internet for the different types of. Okay, this one is let me see. Earlier this morning I showed student on this skull of a bear, because a bear is an omnivore. It has both the sharp teeth and the grinding teeth. Okay, this one maybe. Okay, look at here, this part. In this section, you can see the bear has the sharp canine teeth for tearing the meat. Okay, all these are sharp teeth, this part also. But in the further part, you have the molar teeth, the flatter one. This is for grinding grains or fruits. So this is an omnivore. Okay, this is an omnivore. So this is to help you to differentiate different types of teeth structure in order to determine the diet of the animal. Okay, let's continue with the questions that we are seeing now. So let's go back to the question here. So this is a plant, this is an animal eater. Okay, the next question asks you about this question. This animal E covers its young with dried leaves when it goes out to look for food. Okay, they suggest one possible reason. So no explanation is needed when you see the word suggest. So basically, when the youngs are covered with dried leaves, I put a hint here is to camouflage. So you can say is to hide from its predators, so it will not be spotted easily. Okay, this is the suggested answer, which you can put here. To hide from its predators, so it's not spotted easily for these questions. So likewise, I will do a screenshot of this. And this is I have already screenshot. Okay, to hide from its predators. So you do take note of this section. Okay. So give me a second. Let me do a screenshot and notate. Okay. Okay, I will send to you shortly when I do the recording. So I have done question 30 and 31.